this tutorial, we're going to take a look at Google Slides and how to use the basic features within Google Slides. If you are familiar with Microsoft PowerPoint, then Google Slides works pretty much the same way. It's a really easy tool to use, and I'm just going to point out some of the different options you have within using Google Slides. So I'm already logged into my Google account and within my Google Drive, and I'm going to go over to the plus new button and choose my new Google slide. I can either choose from a blank presentation or from a specific template within the Google Slides Office suite itself. For our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and choose the blank presentation and open up a new presentation of Google Slide. So like most of our other G Suite application tools, up at the top, you will just have to click on there to be able to title your slide, whatever it is that you want for your file. And next to it, you'll see that you have a star to be able to star this presentation and add it to your starred items in Google Drive if you want to. And if you want to move this presentation to some other folder within your Drive, you are also able to do that. And that's easy access at the top of your toolbar. Automatically, you have your slide comes out with the blank white screen slide, and you are able to change the different themes in the slide if you want to from one of the predisposed themes that are within Google Slides already, or you are able to kind of add and customize your own background either by just adding color. If I choose a gradient, it'll add some kind of gradient background, or I can add an image from either my computer or from my Google Drive or from searching through the internet. Whatever it is, I can also add an image to serve as the background to my slide, and I can add it to my theme. So that means that my background will then be added to each of the other slides that I go ahead and use within the remainder of my presentation. Now to go over some of the options within our toolbar here. This is where I can add new slides, and when I add new slides, I can add new slides already with the type of layout that I want, whether it's a blank slide or if I want a slide that has a title and the text body ready to go. So this is just easy access to be able to add my slides to my presentation already formatted the way that I want them laid out. I also have the option of being able to change the way that I view my slides. Right now, I'm using the film strip view, which is the default view when you open up slides, but I can also choose the grid view, which then puts my slides kind of more like a storyboard, and it's easy for me to kind of move them around with the different options of where I want them. For now, we're just going to keep working in the film strip view, but you are able to kind of go back and forth depending on what you want to do. Down at the bottom, I have the ability to add speaker notes. So if I want to add specific notes for myself as I'm preparing my presentation, I can do that using this lower button at the bottom. Along the top, we have the history, the view history for the file. You'll find this you'll be able to see this in Google Docs and in Google Sheets as well. And this lets me see how many people I've shared this with, and I can see who actually accessed and viewed the file already from those that I shared this presentation with. This is also the comment history. So any comments that were made on the slide, I'll be able to see a list of the comment history within the file itself as well. This share button allows me to share my slide presentation with others, and I can do it individually if I have specific people that I want to be able to collaborate with this slide presentation on, or I can get a link that I can easily share with whoever has access to the link. And I can choose whether or not I want people to have access to just view the slide, or if I want them to actually have access to edit the slide presentation itself. I can keep it on so just people within my organizational domain has access to my slide presentation, or I can get a link so that anybody with the link can actually view my slide presentation. So that's really up to you, depending on what your presentation is and how you want access to it to be able to do that. Within the buttons at the top as well, I have the zoom button, which allows me to either zoom in or out of my slide, depending on what I need it for. I can fit it to the page. I can add text boxes, inserting images where I can upload it directly from my computer or from my drive or by URL image from on the internet if I need to. I can insert different shapes and arrows within my slide presentation. I can add, select different lines. This is my insert a comment feature. If I need to insert a comment within the slide, then I'm able to do so. We looked at the background feature. I can change my layout either by clicking on layout, or as I showed you previously, I can just click on the add slide option and I can change the layout to my slides as well. But if I want to go ahead and change the layout to my slide that I'm already on, I don't want to add a new slide, then I can just do that by clicking on the layout drop down, and that can change the layout to my slides automatically. We saw the theme option opens up. If I want to at any time change the theme to my slide, I can do so. And I can add transitions to my slides by clicking on the transition option from the toolbar. Now I can either add a slide transition, so that means from when it goes from slide to slide in the presentation, I can add some kind of transition effect. Or if I want to add an effect, I keep zooming in. There we go. If I want to add an effect within my slide, I want to bring in different objects in my slide at different times. If I just click on the object to my slide itself, I'll then click on the plus animate, and now I'll actually be able to add animations or transitions as well to objects within the slide. So whenever I want to customize the way the objects come in and out of my slide itself, it's an animation. When I'm looking at transitions from slide to slide, that's a transition. It's a slide transition. But all of that is accessed by clicking on the transition option here in the toolbar. Some additional features within Google Slides. When I go to the File drop-down menu, as we've seen with the other Google apps as well as Docs and Sheets, you have the ability to download your slides as different formats. I can download my slide as a PowerPoint presentation. I can download it as a PDF document. And you see here that I can actually download specific slides, so not the whole presentation. But if I want to present one slide in my presentation that I want to download that as an image, I'm also able to do that. I also have a version history within my slide. And we've looked at this with other videos. If you've tuned into my other Google product videos, you'll see that the version history allows me to see all of the different edits that have been made within my slide. And you see that it's highlighted with my color. You know that I have accessed made these edits. If I were to share this presentation with other collaborators and they were editing the slide, then I would actually see a list of all of their names here with different colors, and it will let me see all of the different edits that have been made to this slide. And if for any reason I wanted to restore a previous version of this slide, then I would just click on whatever version it is that I wanted to restore it to, and click Restore Version to be able to restore the version of the slide to its previous version as well. I am able to customize my slides. If I go to Page Setup, I can customize my slide to be able to be viewed depending on the screen that I'm presenting it on, or I can customize it. So for example, if I wanted to create this slide and it's actually going to be a book and I wanted to customize it to be more like a legal size paper, I can customize it with using inches and apply that, and you'll see that now it's more like a book feature. So with my page setup, not only do I customize it to just be able to see how I view my presentations, but through the custom view, I can change it by inches, centimeters, or I can work in pixels, depending on whatever it is that I'm working on. So I'm going to go back to my regular version. The edit menu will let you then edit your slide and paste and copy different sections within your slider from other places into your slide. The view will let you present, as well as up at the top, you've got your present button to be able to present your slide to an audience. I can also choose to be able to show the ruler at the top or not, to show guides. That really is up to you to how you want to customize the way that you view your slides. I can also show my speaker notes or hide the speaker notes if I don't have any while I'm working within slides. My insert menu allows me to not only insert images like we saw from the toolbar, but also I can insert videos that are either coming directly from YouTube, or I can insert videos that are within my Google Drive. I can insert shapes, tables, charts, word art, diagrams. So there's a number of different features to be able to insert a lot of different things. I can also insert slide numbers if I needed to. So the insert menu allows me to insert a lot of different options within my slides. Formatting will let me format my slides whenever I have a text. I will have to select the text box itself to be able to activate the format menu. And I can then format my text however I see fit and align and add bullets and numbering if I need to, adding borders and lines as well. By going to the slide option, I can also then add or duplicate slides within the drop-down menu. Another easy way to do that is if I can go ahead and right-click on the slide, I can duplicate that same slide as well, or change the theme or apply a specific layout to that slide. So by right-clicking on the slide as well, it allows me to access a lot of different features as well. The arrange menu is also from within the text boxes or objects in your slide, where if I had images, I can change the order to my images and be able to layer them by bringing them to the front or sending them to the back. I can align them and center them on the page. I can rotate them to different directions if I need to. So that's all dealing with the objects within your slide. Additional tools, you have your spell check, where you can either turn it off or on. The explore option allows you to search things on the internet within Google Slides. You also have the explore button down at the bottom of your slide as well. You have access to a dictionary, and you also have access to a voice type where you can actually go ahead and type voice and speak your speaker notes that should appear within your slides as well. The add-on buttons allows you to get different types of add-ons to your Google Slides. Just go ahead and click on Get Add-ons, and you'll be able to search and browse through all of the different add-on features that you can actually insert to Google Slides, and then you'll be able to access them from within the add-on drop-down. When I click on Present, I have the option of then presenting my slide to my audience. If I click on the drop down, I'll see that I have the presenter view option. And the presenter view option allows me to be able to present my slide presentation on a different screen and have this presenter view presentation on my screen. And so this presenter view presentation, what allows me to see are my speaker notes as well as the slides that I'm presenting to the actual audience itself. There's also the audience tools where I can set up a Q&A using Google Slides by creating the audience tools. And if I want to be able to set up this Q&A option, all I have to do is when I click on the presenter tools, click Start, and it'll now allow me to present my Google Slides, and all of my slides will show up with this web URL at the top. And so people on their devices can then now put in this address, and it'll take them to a screen where they can ask questions through the presentation. And these questions will then show up on my presenter view here. And as I look at the questions, I can stop my presentation and address those questions then, or I can even select a question in particular and choose that question to be displayed on the screen for everyone to view. But this is a great way for the audience to be able to participate and ask questions as we're going through the presentation, so the presenter could get a real-time feel to how the presentation is going and how audiences are reacting to the presentation itself. So I can keep this on, or keep this off if I don't want to accept any more questions. I then just turn it off, and now no more questions will be accepted for the Q&A. So this is just one option within Google Slides. That is not just a presentation, but you do have this way of being able to make this presentation interactive in a sense by using the audience tools with presenter view. So basically, these are the basic functions of Google Slides. As I said, it's very easy, very similar to PowerPoint. You'll see as you go through all of the different options within it, you are able to share and collaborate with slides, and it's just a really easy way to create presentations within the G Suite option. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helped with your understanding of Google Slides.